Before I get into this episode of MineZ History in Color, I would like to preface that I have no PvP videos of this conflict. There just aren't any. I couldn't find any from the other side or from the UTC side. I don't personally have any videos on this. This is not documented really well, like anywhere. It's not on the UTC wiki. It's not on the Dawn Brigade wiki. I need to restart. Hey guys, before I get into this episode, I'd like to preface that this conflict isn't really well kept as far as records go. There aren't really any videos on the Dawn Brigade side or the UTC side. There are accounts from both sides. I don't really have a lot of screenshots of the conflict. I was able to find a few that I had sent to other people, and I found one on the Dawn Brigade Imgur, but I don't really have much other than my recollection and DMs between Irish and me Jam. So, without further ado, welcome back to MineZ History in Color. In March of 2017, tensions between the UTC and Dawn Brigade were at an all-time high. Following Schrager leaving Dawn Brigade and joining the UTC, many Dawn Brigade members became anti-UTC, whether for a hatred of Schrager or for Irish, as he had attempted to seduce a 14-year-old girl. Let it be noted that the age of consent in the Philippines where Irish lives is 12. As of March 2nd, Cyclone and Jam Wizard 2 designed a plan to execute a Trojan horse on Dawn Brigade for their heel run on March 5th, 2017. For unknown reasons, the plan was never executed. Research has shown that Dawn Brigade did have a heel run on March 5th, 2017. It is, however, unknown what the route was or how many people attended. In any event, it's most probable that the UTC didn't have the proper personnel to attack the heel run. On March 12, 2017, Jam Wizard decided to raid Dawn Brigade's heel run in retaliation for their threats. He only managed to shadow the massive force north, at which point he called for reinforcements as he could not reasonably take the one before. Cyclone and Alice, hanging out in real life, hopped on their computers and decided to go and jump Dawn Brigade, who are now at Shrine of the Dusk. Shortly thereafter, the two sides clashed and Jam Wizard scored 2 kills. The remaining 2 members of Dawn Brigade were able to successfully escape from the UTC. After hopping Dawn Brigade, Cyclone went and created Operation Blitzkrieg, which went into effect on March 14, 2017. The operation called for UTC members to log out on the western ice road at Z-2200, or west of current-day Snow Cabin. Operation Blitzkrieg would also allow the UTC to kill any Dawn Brigade members in UTC territory. The operation will also be accompanied by a list of Dawn Brigade members and their political skills along with their in-game competences. This operation would also be the first UTC operation Cyclone would write and saw Alice active chief of intelligence. During this time, Alice would insert herself as a spy into Dawn Brigade as Dree. Dree was a girl from the UK. Noticeably, she managed to seduce Solar, the head of Dawn Brigade's army, and gained a fair amount of information that was used to assess Dawn Brigade's internal structure and command. On March 19th, Irish led a small group of UTC servicemen to attack a Dawn Brigade heel run after Cyclone had pressured Irish to either commit to maneuvering the 6 men from Clarkstuguten or to call off the attack. The battle, famous in Dawn Brigade as the Battle of Worthington Lake, was a terrible defeat for the UTC. In a literal 6v40 that Irish committed to, the UTC managed to kill 14 individuals while losing 6 men. While it was a KD of 2.5, it's likely that most of the people that were killed of the 14 were leathers, as no accounts can be taken to how many they actually killed. Dawn Brigade claims to have killed the UTC 26 times during this PO run. While the UTC may have died 4 times and then ran back up, I don't think they all ran back up and then proceeded to die 5.5 times each. I think that's a bit bold. They might have ran back up and died once or twice each. But that's Dawn Brigade's recollection of the event. They most likely counted killing random other people during the heel run, I would presume. Or maybe they did actually kill the UTC that many times. Well, no, not me, because that certainly wasn't anywhere that I could find. Anyways. After this defeat, Cyclone and Irish began to argue with one another. Cyclone, being unable to be on for the assault, trusted Irish could make the proper decision on whether or not to engage the enemy. After hearing that Irish tried the 6v40, Cyclone was disappointed to say the least. Other internal issues with people being such as Jam Wizard telling Dawn Brigade the UTC declared war on them when the UTC was just doing a small campaign on the side, along with most UTC members failing to put their accounts to the logout position for Operation Blitzkrieg, saw the entire campaign come to a grinding halt. The only intact portion of the campaign that remained at this point was Alice's spy effort. These books would become unavailable with the release of Origins some 3 weeks later and would leave Access Money closed for over 3 years. The campaign officially came to an end on March 26, 2017 when Cyclone broke up with Alice. She had been cheating on him with a fellow company member, and this breakdown in the UTC army led to the campaign being disregarded as internal issues grew and plagued the UTC for the entirety of April 2017. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of MineZ History in Color. This particular mini-war wasn't really documented anywhere at all, so some of you might have never heard of it, some of you might have been around and had more information on the matter. From what I could see looking around, there were some other things that happened throughout the campaign, but nothing really notable to put in here. No other battles really that I saw other than the two ones I discussed here. If you guys have anything to add, please let me know. And if you guys have something you would like to see in the future, please leave a comment down below. No guarantees I'll actually do it, but you can suggest something if you'd like.